Hi everybody, I'm Marc Laurenson, and this is episode 2 of our South Node Through the Sign series. And the sign I'm going to be talking about is Taurus. So when you see the South Node in Taurus, the emotion memory that comes in with this is one around keeping very safe and keeping very secure, particularly around the material. And money comes into this in a big way. Now, when you're looking at the South Node in Taurus, you have to look at it in context with the North Node in Scorpio, because the Taurus-Scorpio axis is basically the axis of our survival. Our survival instincts really kick in along this axis. You'll notice it in the second and eighth houses, the axis there as well. So the South Node in Taurus, there is a need here to hold on to something, to hang on to something. The fear of letting something go or having it taken from them is very, very big this lifetime. And as I said, it's particularly around material, money, and possessions. Now, depending on the house that the Taurus South Node is in, plus the planets that are aspecting it, the feeling is that these people could have actually experienced a threat to their survival before. They could have been starving to death, for instance, or they could have been invaded and everything was taken from them. So the need this lifetime now to keep everything very, very stable is important to them. Now, this comes in with a sense of anguish. It comes in with a little bit of a fear around how am I going to cope if I don't have everything that I need. So as I said, money becomes really important. I know quite a few people with the South Node in Taurus, and I know that their weekly pay packet is a big deal for them. And I find South Node in Taurus people will often forego a lot of the more adventurous parts of their chart just to make sure that their money, their bank account, and as I said, the weekly pay packet is not played around with all that much. Now, there is something about the South Node in Taurus that needs to keep everything very, very stable. And so the need to not go outside their comfort zone is very, very evident in their lives. They don't necessarily want to take chances, especially chances that are going to compromise their safety and their security. I find that the feeling that comes in with the South Node in Taurus is often a feeling of not wanting to have anything come into their life that's going to rattle their cage, so to speak. Now, when you look at the North Node in Scorpio, you realize how in this lifetime they're being urged to push things to the edge, because that's what Scorpio is all about. So the South Node in Taurus is very simple. It's a very simple energy. And it's not complex, like the North Node in Scorpio is a more intense and complex energy. So the simplicity that goes down with the South Node in Taurus can keep everything very ordinary and often boring. You know what I mean? I find that the South Node in Taurus people can handle boredom, because boredom means that nothing unpredictable is going to be coming into their lives and shaking things up. So they have to kind of be careful about that. Now, there's some beautiful things about it as far as the kind of people they were. I mean, you can have a look at the South Node in Taurus being people of the land, so to speak. They could have been from indigenous cultures or farmers or people who are in touch with nature. You get the artistic side of Taurus as well. You get the part of them that could have been involved with music or very creative, particularly with their hands. That's all very Taurian as well. But when you look at what Scorpio North Node wants, the Scorpio North Node, as I said, wants to walk the tightrope of life. You know, it wants to actually suck the juice out of life. And so we can't be scared, you know, with the North Node in Scorpio. We have to go there. We have to, in a way, go into the deeper areas of life, the ones that intrigue us. And of course, the South Node in Taurus doesn't like this area at all because it means it's insecure, it means it's unsafe. But Scorpio is always about a sense of power that we get when we survive these areas. And so with the North Node in Scorpio, we have to understand passion. We have to go towards our passion. We have to, as I said, suck the juice and eat life. It wants the orgasm of life. That's what Scorpio is all about. Taurus finds it very, very difficult to go there because it really upsets their sense of serenity and equilibrium. But at the same time, they can easily get stuck in a rut where nothing happens. So when you've got the South Node in Taurus, you have to be very, very conscious of being able to, in your own way, find the safety and the security that Taurus offers via being able to go out into the world and really push yourself into places or situations or emotional situations that trigger that part of you that feels on a certain level that is going to survive something that you thought you wouldn't or you couldn't. And by that way, that is how you're going to feel safe. That's how you're going to feel secure, because the power you get from that is going to make you feel that you've conquered something. And that's what it's all about.